Hello everyone, this is Amy with Hailbound Designs. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use Adobe Photoshop to edit and manipulate my digital mock-ups for the iPhone cases and the Samsung Galaxy cases. I already have a iPhone 5 case here that I have saved as a template that I had created, and the templates, you could display those to your customers if you wanted, but I don't think that they look like a real case, so I prefer to use my digital mock-ups. So what I'm going to do is, so you're not having to do the work twice, I'm going to show you how to take your templates and kind of use them in my mock-ups using the drag and drop and mask layer feature. So over here I have my cow Amy design, and to the right you're going to see all my layers. I have a bunch of layers over here, and we need to merge those into one layer. So everything that's visible, I'm going to merge into one layer by going up to the layer option at the very top of the toolbar and clicking on merge layers, merge visible, excuse me. And then that'll make just one flat layer. And then what I'm going to want to do is show you my digital mock-up, and here's my digital mock-up case. As you can see, I have two layers. I have a mask layer, and then I have the phone frame layer. The phone frame layer I keep locked so that it doesn't move around and doesn't lose its position while I'm manipulating what my design I want it to be. So next, what I'm going to do is I want to open the cow design, and I'm going to back up here just a little bit. I'm going to open the cow design, and I'm going to do move to new window, and then I'm just going to drag it and drop over into my iPhone mockup template. Next, what we're going to want to do is we need to stretch this out so that it fits. And as you can see, it's not going to fit perfectly because our templates we get from our vendors are a little different than the actual phone cases. They factor in bleed and that kind of stuff. So we're just going to try to make it fit as perfectly as we can. And you can see I have the template hanging over at the bottom, and you've also got some of the templates showing through the camera. We don't want that there. So next is where you're going to mask it. So you're going to hold down the Alt key while placing your cursor over the between your image layer and your mask layer, and that'll automatically mask it for you. And that's how simple it is. As you can see, it completely formats it to the iPhone case. And then all you do is you'll want to save and export it as a JPG and name it whatever you want to name it, and you want to save it as the highest resolution. Okay, next, say we want to take just a plain background template, no name, no nothing. You want to create something on the fly. Here's my cow background, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my marquee and copy the whole entire thing, and I'm going to Control P to paste it in my template. And then what we're going to do is we're going to stretch it and make it fit perfectly, or not perfectly, ha ha ha. And once we get it to where we want it, then we're going to do the same thing again. You're going to come over here and you're going to hold your mouse between your layer and your mask layer, and while holding down the Alt key, and that will mask it to the mask layer, and again it fits perfectly. Next, all you want to do is just save it as a JPG, and it's all set for you to send to your customer. In this next one, I'm going to take a different image to kind of give you an idea of why I choose to mask my layers. Because what if it's got a lot more detail, and you want to make sure the detail fits within the phone template. So I'm going to take this butterfly image here, and I'm going to open it, and I'm going to go ahead and leave it as the default colors. And again, I'm going to take my marquee and Control A to copy it, And then I'm going to go over to my mockup and Control V to paste it. I'm going to stretch it out. And this is such a pretty design. I want to make sure that my butterfly fits without cutting any of it off. So I'm just going to manipulate it here and make sure it fits. And scoot it over. And there we go. That looks good. And I'm going to put my mouse between my layer and my mask layer, and I'm going to hit the Alt key. And again, that's simple. We're done. Save as a JPEG, and then you can upload it to your website or send it to your customer as a proof. In this next template, what if a customer sees one of your iPhone designs and they say, well, I have a Samsung. Can you make that design for Samsung? Well, of course you can. Without having to create a whole brand new template, these digital mockups make it easy for you to just drag it right in. So what I'm going to do is open up my iPhone cow design, leave my colors, and I've got my my Samsung digital mockup here open. And opening up my cow design, leave my colors. And we want to move to a new window. So we're just going to drag and drop it. And as you can see, it came out a lot bigger, so I'm shrinking it down here so you can see the entire screen. And I'm just going to resize it, manipulating here. And in this one, because we had already saved it as JPG, we got the white background. So now I'm just moving my layers around, and I'm going to stretch it. And then I went ahead and masked my layer. And as you can see, I've got a little bit of white at the top from my camera from my iPhone, so we want to stretch it out just a tad bit so that doesn't show. And there you go. Now you have your iPhone template saved as a Samsung template. And here are some of the samples that I'm going to show you and how good they look as digital mockups.